The federal government said it has provided 5% of all implementation on social protection programs for senior citizens in Nigeria. Dr. Betta Edu made the disclosure in Abuja at the Maiden Program and Service Fair 2023 by the National Senior Citizen Center with the theme Equity by Design, geared towards delivering multi-sectoral inclusion for older persons in the country. Dr. Betta Edu noted that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed Citizen Charter for Elderly Persons, which has been approved by the Federal Executive Council to protect the rights of senior citizens. In her opening remark, the Director General, National Senior Citizen Center, Dr. Omakaru, urged the federal, state, and local government to recognize aging as a developmental issue rather than viewing older persons as welfare recipients. Speaking on the theme of the day, Omakaru underscored the need to improve quality of life and well-being for older persons to make the human rights and business and economic growth case for equity and inclusion of older persons in sustainable development through exhibitions. Other speakers at the event highlighted the need for a senior citizen ministry and similar centers across the nation
that showcases the programs and services for the elderly. That the President has provided graciously 5% of all the implementation of our social protection programs for senior citizens in Nigeria. And we're counting on the center to be able to get down to the grassroots. The second point is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed the Senior Citizens Charter for Elderly Persons, which is the African Charter. He has signed it and he has approved it. The Federal Executive Council has approved it to protect the rights of persons who are senior citizens in this country.
And our theme today is equity by design. And that was also intentional for the National Senior Citizen Center. So in welcoming you today, I am welcoming you to share with us an understanding that when we talk about equity, which we are going to talk about later on, we are not talking about equality. We are talking about equality because every human being is the same. That's the human rights angle, which we are going to also bring that human rights angle. Equity is also about justice, the human rights angle as well. We are talking about fairness. And in talking about fairness, you're speaking to relativity. It means there's relative comparison. And we are situating the older person's population in the context of the development agenda of Nigeria. In the context of policy, in the context of strategic plan, in the context of implementation, in the context of budgeting, and in the context of general outcomes for populations in Nigeria. And we are simply saying that the Nigerian government, with the National Senior Citizen Center, really is putting in place institutions and systems and mechanisms and processes that is really intentionally designing equity.
Is that agenda setting itself, which we have some input, but we still need external input, that we need to do more awareness, no doubt, because our folks are not even aware. Awareness is extremely important. The data, yes, we said there's data from MBS. Really? When I would say most of the older persons, just like most Nigerians, are in the rural areas. And people just dump their older persons in the rooms and close the door. If the act is saying that older persons should receive stipend from government, we should enforce that. If the act is saying that older persons should be insured in the NHIS, we should enforce that. If it's saying that there can be education and some of the things you address, that looking at that act, they're actually there, but not enforced. It seems they're just on paper. you know. So those are areas that we will collaborate and work together to see how we can make that more effective.
I will be working with my colleague. I think we're going to either start with a motion or a bill or an amendment to your bill to see what we can do about actually upping the agency from where it is. I will be working very closely with the DG to see how we can help her in her agency with regards to upping up her funding and funds. And I will also be looking at, putting some recreational things for senior citizens in the 2024 budget.
So what we've designed and what we've been looking at in the videos are really model centers that should be in every geopolitical zone in Nigeria. One community, one senior center. It's not a big dream. A country of over 200 million people, we really need to look into our hearts, I think, today. It's your community. It's your father, your mother. It takes like-minded people, of which there are quite a few of us. And with our foresight, our thinking, our planning, we will get there.